Hello, everyone. How's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's resume our complete beginner's guide to Factorio, shall we? And the reality of something like this is I always in Factorio, I want to run ahead. I want to get the new science module that we need or go further and further and further. But unfortunately, you sometimes have to just take some time to really build up your infrastructure, and we're going to do that with these two iron nodes down below. Now, I should have a car somewhere. It's way over there. These aren't ultra far away. All right, so what we're going to need is, because you see how this iron area is pretty much exhausted, but there's some space left, but it's very minimal. I'm just going to start picking up all of these no mineable resource guys so that we can use them at our next facility without having to build any. And another thing to note, you can just look for the red light to see if they're not working. Green light, these are still going. We already have this infrastructure built. And what I mean by that is, oh, look at that. It was not upgraded down there. Anyway, we don't have to do anything too fancy to integrate all of this new material that we're going to bring into our system. In fact, if I just put the ore onto this line right here, it's already designed to go be smelted and be processed and turned into plates. So because of that, we can simply bring up the iron. We don't have to process it on site. We can just take a train, bring it up here, and drop it onto this line, and then see how that does in terms of filling in the gaps for us. So we're going to need lots of train stuff. So I'm going to go to my action bar number 4, where my rail is kept, and I don't have anywhere near enough rail. So I'm going to add rail on here, and I'm going to say, I'd like 400 rail. And it looks like we don't have rail or red belts in our logistics network. Or no, I'm not in the logistics network, I think is what it's telling me. Maybe. There we go. Now I am. So I wasn't in the network because I was too far away. So we need to build some more roboports. Make life easier too. I don't have one on me. I can build one. 2. Not bad. I'm going to stand here and just let it give me rail and everything like that while I build another roboport. And then I'm going to just push Q to pipette this roboport. And we're going to start dropping these things in. Oh, I already had ghosted this in. We just didn't build it because I didn't have one. There it goes. And then I'm going to build one over here too. Kind of. Great. Now this needs power. No problem. There you go. Alright, sometimes it takes my guys a little too long. What's going on, robots? Why are you taking so long? You have power. Do I have... How many robots do I have in my inventory? Right, there they go. Anyway, they're busy doing stuff. Okay. So, now we're on the network. And this will help us while we build. And we're going to start laying down some track. We need to first design the station itself. So we're just going to drop in a station and have all of the iron dropped here so that it can be immediately put onto this red line. We can dismantle all of this later when we need to. That is not what I meant. I tried to place a train like it was a belt. No, no, no. You do train like this. All right. So we will build a loop that's something like this, going up here, and begin to, yes, exactly, loop back around. Good. Just like that. Good. And then this, we will, you know, kind of turn out massively. And then let me connect this to this line if possible. Yes, exactly like that. Great. All right. So then the train will stop here. So we will put a train station, which we need to build. I don't have a locomotive. I don't have any cargo wagons. I'll just build 2. And I don't have a train stop, so I need to build a couple of those too. And we'll build a train stop right I guess this is as good as we're going to get with the way that I built this line. Okay. So the train will stop there. The engine will be here. 2 cargo cars is perhaps optimistic, but whatever. And we'll need fuel for the engine. And we'll need lines to peel off. Logistics storage -1. On the way, 12. Oh boy. Okay. So, you know, we're going to need red belts. But remember, when you build a train, you have to do this the right way. So we will have 6, 6, and then we'll need steel chests. To store as a buffer. And then we'll need more here, just like that. We will need power poles. One here, one here, one here. Good. And then when we need a red belt that goes up like that. Now we're looking good. This is just the start. So the iron would be put into these boxes and then be loaded here, and then we'll just take it up. Now we do want fuel for this guy, and am I carrying? I'm carrying some fuel, but not enough. So I know I've got fuel right here. So this is easily just split off for work down below. Wonder how easily I can build this right over top. All right, so we've got the start of our line, and we're going to have to build train and rail all the way down. All right, so this is looking good, but I'm obviously well short on many items. Red belts, for example. So I need to go up and see. I have a good amount of the stuff that I need. I have way too many yellow belts. So what you can do is, I'm going to click on yellow belt, And I'm just going to say, you know what, how about just like, 200 of those. And then you see that all of these go into the trash, and they'll take these away from me to free up inventory space. And I'm obsessed with red belts. I just like everything to be uniform. But, in reality, I don't actually need... this is ready to be picked up. So is this. For example, like my coal transport. I don't really need red. Like, I could do this with yellow and provide coal to the train. I could use a box, but I don't know if that's necessary. What I'm going to do is actually just drop that in there like this, and this will be just fine. I can eventually upgrade this. And we should see this come and, start loading this train up. So now we see, okay, this is going to take, and can I just craft? Yeah, I can craft some red belts pretty easily. Not these. Not once I need to start making my own gears, but this is fine. And then I'm going to just move this so that we will deposit these on here. And we are getting brought some supplies. Alright, so there's 0 satisfaction for long-handed inserters, so I do need to automate that. Or finish it. Now, for example, I actually have a bunch of extra red belts right here, so I might as well just recycle these. All of this over here is also superfluous. It does not need to be maintained. And in fact, what I can just do is just set this all for deconstruction. They'll take this and get rid of it for me. And then now, I should have enough to drop this here. But what we actually want to do is combine this on both sides, and we will say output priority left. And then everything will shift over here when it can from here. Now, we're not getting anything, but eventually that's the idea. Okay. So now it's time to move this train. And I'm going to try and take this train as far as we can. This is fine. We have some hiccups. And by some hiccups, I mean this road. So we will have to just basically get rid of all of this. And we'll have to curl around these cliffs further back. There we go. No, I don't need to do that, but that's good. No. No, you don't need to get that wild. There. And that's fine. Let me zoom way out. Let's just get right down here. And this is pretty much close and oh, maybe too close. There. Alright, let's see if this will fill in all the blanks for us. The robots will go. They're getting power. They're, you know, it's not their fastest moment. And we'll have this station stop on this side. That's great. And, well, we're going to need a bunch of these. And we'll just methodically have the robots fill these in where they can. Alright, they're getting power. And let's run back. We're going to need to... I'm basically going to take the train manually and bring it along. And what we'll do is start placing power poles. So I'm just going to kind of just hang out while these guys do their job, ripping out the trees, putting in the tracks. Hopefully they can do this. No, the cliff actually does. It placed it, and I thought that was the tree, but there's that cliff that's in the way. Okay. So this is diabolical, but these cliffs are in an unfortunate location. So all we have to do is deconstruct, you know, all of this. Well, wait. Not this. This is good. No, they're doing it already. Okay. We need to basically take the track and put it around here in a way that it can. And then just kind of merge up eventually. No, not through there. Yeah, okay. And let's just kind of see if I can catch back up with this track here. Maybe. Here. Okay. Maybe that works. We'll see. Looks good. Looks better. Trains. And cliffs. This is why many players disable cliffs. But it does make things a little more interesting. Alright. Okay. So let's see if I can... Oh, what would it take to craft these? I could craft some of them. If I can ride this train. And this is another way. I like to just do this to test. So I'm just going to push forward on the train and drive it. I'm just going to test to see if this track actually works. And see, this turn is not legit. it looks like it might want to work, but it doesn't. So we got to get out and see if I could fix this. So that's working. But it's more of a, can I, at some point, catch this train. Here, I'm going to get in the train, move it back. Can I loop this around? Smoothly. I mean, that looks okay. Looks better than what we had. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, God, of course it can't do it again somehow. Here, try this again. There. Now let's see. Okay, better. So what I need to do then is I'm going to quickly pop out. I'm going to start bringing the power. So let's say we have this pole here. The absolute furthest it can go is... That's good. I'm going to get in the train. And I'm going to go forward. And I'm just going to go forward. I'm holding shift and clicking. Okay. So that's doing it. But I went too fast for my guys to keep up. So I do want to go back and try to park at the station, as it were. Mm-hmm. I think that's right. Yeah, that's exactly right. Okay, great. So then we'll just say we're going to pull all this iron over here and load it. Like that. We use some smaller power poles here, here, here. Then we will drop in boxes like that. That's fine. This needs to go someplace else, which is, I guess, here. There. We'll see about that. And then these go here like that. And then this would be red belt land. Like this. Uh-huh. All right. So now I have hundreds. Not really hundreds, I wish. But I have a bunch of electric mining drills. And so we're going to start getting these guys in the correct position. Like so. All over. No. This is less efficient, but it will put them on the same belt. And we will run this belt like this. Okay. And we are indeed out of those, but I can make some. I can actually make a good bit of red belts. That's great. Okay, perfect. Then we need to bring power. So I will take one more of these guys down here, and then we can just drop in these. Okay. So this is looking good, except the power. So let me just start driving. Let me slow down to not leave my robots behind. They'll get in. There they go. We're going to now move this up. And I will kind of slow down when we approach any of the power lines that aren't actually there. Like that one, for example. Or this one. Did you get that one? Nope. They took down the tree. They got the line. What about this one? That is indeed there. Oh, okay. But this doesn't work coming home. Because the track is set the wrong way. Alright, so we need the track right here to actually go that way. No, turn. I need this track coming here to go that way. I don't know if this is going to work. We'll see. It may no longer function. Alright. So, if I look at the map, I should have electricity going. And now I'm going to get off. Well, no, I'll stay inside. And I'm going to go to the train stations. And we're going to say, okay, so we've got all these extra stations. So this one, which is where we're at right now, we're going to set this station. And we're going to add a station, which is this one. And this one. And the weight condition is empty cargo. And here, the weight condition is full cargo. And I'm going to say automatic and see what happens. So it passes this, and now you'll see it's going to go to the next stop. And now it should pull into this stop. Oops. And it is. And it's getting loaded up. Okay, so that part is working. Now it's going to take forever for this to fill. Because I only have one belt operating. But it's okay because we're going to just do this again. We're going to go one space, two space, like this. Actually, I'm going to Control C this operation and just drop it in 1, 2, like that. And then I'm going to go 1, 2. Wait, let me see. No, like this. Okay, perfect. Not perfect because I don't have enough red belts, but sort of good. So what I need to do is just run back and get the pieces together to get red belts so that this is free flowing. And to be honest, you know, I can lay this in with just yellow belts. And make this happen and then upgrade it when I get back with more stuff. And I can even drop another line. So 1, 2, something like that. And then we just put this in. And this should start working. Kind of. All right. So now this is full. This is moving. We're totally out of electric drill. I can't make them very easily because I'm out of some key pieces, but we'll bring those back. There we go. Now this is going to need some reworking because you have these T-junctions, so it's going to slow everything down, and we could do a better job than that. But for the most part, you see, there's a ton, actually, of resources in here, and the second bit is getting filled up. So this is... What's actually going to take a while here is filling up all these crates, not filling up the second car. So it's an issue of just having... oh, I gotta take this and do manual. And we're only using one lane, so let me fix that when we get back. But we're getting there. This is going to be some fine-tuning. Okay, it still does not do this correctly. Oh my god, stop. It's actually going to be okay if I turn the station around. So all I would really need to do is just move the station to here. So I'll just pick this up and put it like exactly right there. And then this line can go down here to deliver the coal. And this doesn't have power. There you go. And then this is going to be no stop with this name exist. Right. So we'll get rid of this, and then we're going to add a station, which is squid. And here it just says empty cargo. Oh, it's not exactly lined up, though. Okay. Oh, my dear. Merciful heavens. All right. It was so close, but I can just easily roll this back and see it sort of all works. All right. So I'm going to pick up the station, and we're going to kind of put it there. And what station is this? Okay. So then we're going to do this again. We're going to get rid of this, and we're going to add a station, which is this, and it is empty cargo. And we're still emptying the cargo, so this is going to take a bit. Now, if we want to help the cargo, we can do that by adding another line, or the real smart play is to empty off the other side. So we can empty from two sides now that we have a lot, and we will do that. I'm going to switch this train to automatic, and it's going to go, which, okay. And then we're going to have to do some re-engineering here, but basically This coal line will need to get redirected, which is not hard. So that we have space to pull off the other line. And then we will drop boxes like this. Put these here. Drop in a power pole here, here, and here. And I'll just Control C this and just kind of put it there. And start this with yellow just for now. And that will be fine. So if I look at this train, you can see it's filling up the inventory. We have a lot still to build, and we made sort of a mess of this, but it's actually looking pretty good. And we could just start dropping in drills over here, bringing this iron onto this train, maybe adding a car. Or we don't even really need to do that. It's so fast, 2 cars will be good. If we replace all of these inserters eventually with the faster stack inserters, this will even go faster. Great. Well, we are still making progress in our Factorio guide, and we've got some streamlining to do, but we're addressing our big gap right now, which is our iron production. And once this train gets going a little bit more, once we get all of the belts tweaked and some of the kinks worked out, this is going to be back to business pretty soon. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you're still finding this series to be useful and fun. I am slowly but surely going to expand this factory. Take care.